Your spiritual life is just as important as your physical and mental health. It's your connection to something larger than yourself, and it can provide you with meaning, purpose, and peace. But like any other aspect of your life, your spiritual life needs to be nurtured in order to thrive. Here are 7 powerful ways to take your spiritual life to the next level. Be of service. Life isn't just about taking, it's about giving. Being of service to others is one of the most profound ways to connect with your inner soul and with a higher power. In a world that frequently seems consumed by self-interest, and you know what's magical about giving, it not only enriches the lives of those you help, but also fills your own life with a sense of purpose and happiness. When we talk about being of service, it's easy to think of donating money, and while that's a noble act, the real magic happens when you give something priceless: your time, your skills, and your compassion. This kind of giving doesn't come with a price tag, but its value is immeasurable. Serving others helps you discover new facets of yourself. It cultivates qualities like compassion, empathy, and gratitude. When you give to others, you're actually amplifying your inner wealth. You're acknowledging that abundance is not about hoarding but about sharing, and in that process, you connect with something greater than yourself. Whether you call it God, the universe, or a higher power, you realize that you're a part of a larger life where every person is interconnected. When you serve others, you honor that sacred connection. Being of service is more than an action, it's a way of life. It's waking up each day and asking, how can I make the world a better place? It's going to bed each night and finding peace in knowing that you've made a difference, no matter how small. So why not take that step today? Look for opportunities to serve, to give, and to love. They are all around you. Serving others is your direct line to God, to the divine energy that flows through every living being. In giving, you receive. In helping, you are helped. And in loving, you are enveloped in love. This is the cycle of spiritual abundance, a never-ending loop of goodness that enriches everyone it touches. You're here for a purpose, and part of that purpose is to uplift others. When you do that, you're also uplifting yourself. Know your intentions. Ask yourself, what fuels your spiritual quest? Is it the need to fill one with a higher power, or perhaps it's the hunger to develop a heart that radiates love and compassion? Maybe you're searching for a life path imbued with purpose and meaning. Your intentions are the energy or fuel that helps you go where your soul wants to take you. But be cautious. Sometimes we carry intentions that are not so pure. These are fueled by emotions we're not proud of, like wanting someone else to fail, craving revenge, or desiring something that isn't yours. We might call this bad fuel for your journey. Identifying these hidden or bad fuel intentions can be tricky. They are often masked by strong emotions like fear, greed, anger, or even a feeling of hopelessness. The key is to first recognize the emotion behind the intention. Feel it, but don't get lost in it or act on it. Stay aware and look deeper to uncover the underlying intention. Okay, let's break this down. Say you're feeling really angry. Instead of letting that anger push you into saying or doing something you might regret, stop and ask yourself, what's my true intention behind this anger? Maybe you find that you're actually jealous of someone and wish they would fail, so you could look better. That's a false intention. Once you've identified this false intention, you have the power to not use it. You can decide to stay aware of it without letting it guide you. When you do that, you create space for more positive intentions to come in, the kind of intentions that help you grow and move you along the path your soul wants you to follow. So start each day by tuning into what you really want deep down. Fuel your journey with intentions that align with your soul's path. Set your intentions high. Why settle for average when you can aim for extraordinary? Think of it this way. If you're on a spiritual journey to grow from the inside out, why not aim to be as wise and kind as a saint, or as inspiring as a miracle worker? Sounds ambitious, right? But here's the thing. The moment you lift your intentions higher, you also raise the bar for what's possible in your life. This doesn't mean you should stress yourself out trying to perform big miracles right away. It's not about putting on a magic show. It's about opening your eyes to the wonders that are already happening around you. The first step to achieving greater things is to recognize the smaller miracles that unfold every day. Maybe it's a beautiful sunset after a long day, a child's laughter, or an unexpected helping hand when you needed it the most. Seeing these daily miracles helps you realize that bigger miracles are within reach. Think of them as miracle seeds that, when noticed and appreciated, can grow into something bigger. This is where vision comes into play. Vision is like a lens that helps you see what could be, not just what is. When you look at the world through this lens, you invite greater miracles to come into your life. Start each day with a clear vision of what you want to achieve, not just materially, but also spiritually. Ask for the wisdom and strength to move closer to that vision. Open your eyes to the miracles around you and be thankful for them. The more you appreciate these small miracles, the more you'll find yourself in the middle of bigger ones. Remember, miracles don't just happen. They grow from the seeds of high intentions and a heart full of vision. See yourself as light. Have you ever felt like you just can't get enough? Like you're always chasing after money, power, or pleasure to fill a gap you feel inside? That feeling of not enough is like a dark cloud, and it's created by your ego tricking you into thinking you're powerless or incomplete. But here's the secret. The dark cloud can't dim the light that's naturally within you. All you have to do is recognize that light and let it shine brighter. Think of yourself and a saint as two candles. The saint's candle might burn brighter and taller, but both of you are made from the same wick and wax. You both have the light within. The difference is not in the presence of the light, but in its brightness. A saint has learned to let that light shine so brilliantly that it illuminates the path for others. You have that same light. Maybe it's just a flicker now, but it has the potential to become a roaring blaze. So how do you turn up the brightness on your inner light? Start by seeing yourself as a source of light, not lack thereof. When you're chasing after external things to make you feel complete, take a step back and remind yourself, I am already whole. I am the light. The moment you see yourself this way, you begin to change the energy that surrounds you. You'll find that you no longer need to chase after things to fill a void. The light within you fills it naturally. When you see yourself as light, the shadows of doubt, neediness, and inadequacy start to disappear. You'll realize that you don't need things to make you complete. Your completeness comes from the light within you, and the more you focus on this light, the brighter it will get, guiding you on your spiritual journey. See the light in others. We often hear phrases like, we're all connected, or we're all one. But what does that really mean? It means that the same light you discovered within yourself is also shining within everyone else. In a world that seems to focus a lot on differences, seeing that light in others can be a game changer for your spiritual growth. It's easy to judge other people based on their actions or words. You might think, how could they do that? Or they should know better. But here's something to consider. Everyone is navigating life based on their own level of understanding, or what we can call their level of consciousness. What if, instead of judging others, you reminded yourself that they are doing the best they can with what they know? This doesn't mean you have to agree with what they're doing or saying. It simply means that you acknowledge that they too have a light within them, even if it seems dim or hidden at the moment. In a world where it's far too easy to spot the negative, be the person who sees the hidden light, like saying, "I see the good in you." Become the one who understands that, just like you, everyone else is on a journey to let their light shine brighter. When you do this, not only do you bring light to your own path, but you also illuminate the paths of those around you. Forgive yourself. Life is a roller coaster filled with ups and downs, twists and turns, and let's be real, nobody rides this roller coaster perfectly. We all make mistakes, whether it's a harsh word we wish we could take back, a lie that seemed easier than the truth, or giving into temptation. We've all been there. The key is not to beat yourself up over these stumbles, but to forgive yourself. What defines you is not that you fell, but that you got back up. A spiritual master once described the ideal disciple as one who is always stumbling but never falls. That's the essence of self-forgiveness. When you forgive yourself, you acknowledge that you're doing the best you can with your current level of understanding. You create space for learning and growth. You say to yourself, "I messed up, but that doesn't mean I'm a mess. I'm learning." It's not an excuse for repeated mistakes, but rather an affirmation that you are a work in progress. Holding on to guilt or regret weighs you down, but by forgiving yourself, you cultivate a loving relationship with the most important person in your life, which is you. And when you love yourself, it becomes easier to love others. Remember the light within you. Holding on to regrets and guilt dims that light. Self-forgiveness turns the brightness back up. So the next time you find yourself stumbling, forgive yourself. Don't let yesterday's mistakes dim today's light. You're doing the best you can, and guess what? Your best is good enough. Let your inner spirit guide you. It's easy to get caught up in a cycle of stress, worry, and the need to control every little detail. We often think we must have all the answers, and that if we're not constantly on guard, everything will fall apart. But what if there's another way, a way that not only brings peace, but also opens doors to opportunities we never even dreamed of? That way is to let your inner spirit take the lead. This doesn't mean you stop caring or become irresponsible. It means you trust that there's a greater power at work guiding you along the right path. It means surrendering the need to micromanage every aspect of your life and allowing things to unfold as they're meant to. You see, the voice telling you to be in control all the time is often the voice of fear. It's a voice that doesn't trust the natural flow of life. But there's another voice, a quieter one, that speaks from a place of love and trust. This is the voice of your inner spirit, and it's telling you to relax and to open up to new possibilities. The future's not set in stone. We have the power to shape it, but we must also allow room for unexpected blessings. It's okay to have plans, but it's equally important to be flexible and open to change. Sometimes the very thing we were resisting turns out to be the hidden treasure we've been searching for all along. So how do you let your spirit lead? Start with intention. Wake up each day and set your intention to be open to the guidance of your inner spirit. Say to yourself, "Today, I choose to trust. I choose to let go of worry and control and allow my spirit to guide me." It's as simple and as transformative as that. You're here for a reason. You're here to live, to love, and to experience the fullness of life in all its wonder and complexity. So let go, trust, and allow your spirit to lead the way. I hope you learned something today. I would love to read your thoughts in the comments section and also share this video with your loved ones who might need to hear it. May the divine God bless you today and always.